The most terrifying kind of man isn't the one who seeks power or dominance. It's the one who doesn't need either. A man who has nothing to prove, nothing to lose, because he has already found everything he needs within himself. And a world where people chase validation, climb social ladders, and cling to the illusion of security, there exists a rare breed of men who do none of the above. The Sigma male. He moves in silence, not because he lacks direction, but because he doesn't require an audience. His presence alone is enough to disrupt the invisible structures of social order, leaving people unsettled, curious, yet wary. Why? Because humans fear what they can't categorize, what they can't predict. And the Sigma male is the embodiment of the unknown. He doesn't play by the rules, not out of rebellion, but because the game itself doesn't interest him. His quiet, confidence-piercing insight and absolute self-sufficiency shake people to their... He is a paradox, calm yet powerful, detached yet magnetic. And the irony, he's not even trying. His existence alone forces people to confront the unsettling truth. The most powerful man in the room is the one who isn't seeking power. Get ready, because today we're diving into 8 things Sigma males do that unnerve everyone around them. By the end, you might just realize you've been doing them too. Number 1, you are a walking lie detector. Most people navigate the world through small talk, pleasantries, and carefully crafted facades. Social norms encourage people to sugarcoat their words, hide their true intentions, and maintain a surface-level harmony. But you're different. You see right through the illusions. Your ability to detect inauthenticity isn't just intuition, it's a refined skill. Whether it's a forced smile, a disingenuous compliment, or someone pretending to be more confident than they really are, you pick up on it instantly. This isn't about supernatural abilities. It's about a sharp sense of observation. Research in psychology suggests that people who are highly independent and introspective, like Sigma males, develop an acute sensitivity to micro-expressions, those fleeting facial cues that reveal a person's true emotions before they can mask. But here's the thing. Your presence alone unsettles people. You don't need to call them out or expose their falsehoods. The fact that you don't engage in meaningless chatter or seek approval makes them uneasy. In a world where most people rely on external validation, encountering someone who doesn't play the game is deeply unsettling. And the fear, it comes from the realization that they can't deceive you. You force people to confront parts of themselves they'd rather ignore. When someone realizes their charm, manipulation, or bravado holds no power over you, they feel exposed. That's why people either deeply respect you or feel incredibly uncomfortable around you. The world is full of masks, but you Sigma make those masks irrelevant. And nothing is more terrifying than being truly seen. Number 2, your silence is louder than words. Most people have an almost instinctive fear of silence. They fill every quiet moment with background noise, mindless chatter, social media scrolling, or even just humming to themselves. This isn't just a habit. It's a defense mechanism. Silence forces self-reflection, and for many, that's uncomfortable. It means facing thoughts they've buried under distractions. But you welcome silence. You don't feel the need to talk just to fill the void. Every word you speak has a purpose. This makes you different and to some unsettling. Society is built on small talk and surface-level conversations. When you don't engage in them, people assume you're judging them, when in reality, you simply don't see the point in wasting your energy on meaningless discussions. Psychologists suggest that people who are comfortable with silence often have a strong sense of self-awareness. They don't rely on external validation or constant stimulation to feel at ease. This is a trait of deep thinkers, introverts, and highly independent individuals. While others seek to drown out their inner fears with noise, you confront yours head-on. This unnerves people because it highlights their own discomfort. Your silence acts as a mirror, reflecting their insecurities back at them. They wonder what's going on in your mind while you're not speaking, and whether they measure up in your eyes. But the truth is you're simply at peace. And in a world addicted to noise, that's a rare and powerful trait. Number 3, you refuse to be manipulated. Society thrives on emotional manipulation, guilt trips, peer pressure, and the overwhelming force of groupthink. These tools are designed to control and conform, ensuring that people stay in line with collective expectations. But you Sigma are different. You don't bend to emotional coercion. You make decisions based on logic, principles, and self-awareness rather than the fleeting influence of others' opinions. And that, my friend, makes you a nightmare for manipulators. Manipulators thrive on emotional leverage. They push guilt, shame, and fear onto others to get their way. A typical person might cave in when faced with emotional blackmail, whether it's a friend demanding loyalty, a boss pressuring for unpaid overtime, or society dictating how one should live. But Sigma males, they operate on an entirely different wavelength. They analyze situations rationally, stripping emotions from the equation when necessary. This makes them virtually immune to tactics that rely on manipulation. People fear what they cannot control. And a Sigma male is the epitome of that fear. Without the ability to manipulate your emotions, they lose all power over you. This independence threatens those who rely on control dynamics, whether in relationships, workplaces, or social circles. Instead of being a pawn in their game, you are the enigma they cannot figure out, the puzzle that refuses to be solved. That's why Sigmas often find themselves at odds with authority figures, manipulative people, or social groups that demand conformity. You don't seek approval. You don't need validation. And you certainly don't let others dictate your choices. You are untouchable, and that makes you not just respected, but feared. Number 4, you are mysteriously unpredictable. One moment, you're there fully present. The next, you vanish like a shadow slipping through the cracks. You don't follow the usual social scripts, don't announce your plans, and certainly don't wait for permission or validation. This alone is enough to make people uneasy. Why? Because human beings crave predictability. It's wired into our psychology. The brain loves patterns, routines, and certainty. It makes life feel safe. You disrupt that equation. You move on your own time, in your own way, without explaining yourself. And that shakes people. The fear of the unknown is one of the most primal anxieties humans experience. Studies in psychology show that unpredictability triggers the amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for processing fear and threats. When people can't predict your next move, it creates tension. It forces them to question their assumptions, leaving them unsettled. It's not just about mystery, it's about power. Leaders, innovators, and game changers throughout history have shared this trait. Think of Nikola Tesla, Bruce Lee, or even Steve Jobs. They didn't follow the crowd. They weren't easy to pin down, and that made them fascinating. But this isn't just about others' reactions, it's about you. You don't move through life trying to fit in. You operate on instinct, guided by your own internal compass. Some will admire it, others will fear it, but one thing's for sure, no one will ever forget it. Number 5, you don't fear solitude. Most people panic at the thought of being alone. They equate solitude with loneliness, fearing the absence of external validation. But you embrace it. You find strength in silence, clarity in your own thoughts, and fulfillment without needing constant social interaction. This unsettles people because it forces them to confront something they'd rather avoid: their own dependency on others for happiness. That happiness is found in the crowd, in social approval, in the noise of constant connection. But you prove otherwise. You show that fulfillment isn't about fitting in, but about knowing yourself. And that truth, it makes people uncomfortable. Psychologists have long studied the human need for social validation. From an evolutionary perspective, our ancestors relied on groups for survival. Being part of a tribe meant protection, resources, but in today's world, many mistake emotional dependence for connection. They fear being alone because deep down they don't know how to be at peace with themselves. Your self-sufficiency acts as a mirror reflecting their own inner emptiness. It's not that they dislike you, it's that they don't like questioning themselves. When they see you thriving in solitude, they wonder why they can't do the same. They may try to label you as cold, antisocial, or distant, but the truth is, you've simply mastered what they struggle with: self-contentment. The ability to be alone and still be happy is rare. It takes confidence, emotional resilience, and a strong sense of while the world clings to distractions, you find power in presence. And that's what truly scares them. Number 6, you challenge social norms. Society thrives on structure, an intricate web of unspoken rules and expectations designed to keep people in line. From childhood, we are taught to fit and obey authority and follow a path paved by tradition. Schools condition us to sit still, memorize, and regurgitate information rather than question it. Workplaces reward compliance over in social circles pressure us to conform, fearing the outcast more than they fear ignorance. But then, there are individuals like you. You refuse to accept things at face value. You challenge outdated traditions, questioning whether they serve any real purpose. You think independently, unwilling to let groupthink dictate your choices. You refuse to conform, and in doing so, you become a threat. People fear what they do not understand, and nothing is more terrifying than having their worldview shattered. If they admit the system is flawed, they must also admit they've wasted time blindly following it. That's a hard pill to swallow. Rather than confront the truth, many will label you difficult, rebellious, or even dangerous. History proves this time and again. Galileo challenged the belief that Earth was the center of the universe and was condemned. Innovators like Nikola Tesla were dismissed as madmen before their ideas changed the world. Every revolution in thought begins with someone daring to ask, what if they're wrong? You disrupt the system not out of defiance, but because you see beyond the illusion of safety that conformity offers. And that kind of thinking, it changes the world. Number 7. You possess an unshakable calm. In a world where emotions often dictate decisions, the ability to remain calm under pressure is a rare and powerful trait. While most people allow fear and panic to cloud their judgment, those who maintain composure gain a strategic advantage. This is not just a personality trait. It's a skill honed through self-discipline, emotional intelligence, and mental resilience. Psychological studies show that stress triggers the fight-or-flight response, releasing adrenaline and cortisol. Most people react impulsively in such moments, but those who train themselves to stay level-headed activate a different part of the brain, the prefrontal cortex responsible for rational thinking and decision-making. This is why a calm individual in a chaotic situation often appears to be in control, even when circumstances are spiraling. Throughout history, leaders and strategists who mastered this skill shaped the course of events. Take Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher who believed in controlling one's perception and reactions rather than being swayed by external chaos. His writings and meditations emphasize the power of remaining steady no matter the turmoil. In modern times, this principle applies everywhere from high-stakes negotiations to emergency situations. A firefighter assessing a burning building, a surgeon performing a critical operation, or even a seasoned investor navigating a market crash, these individuals succeed because they don't allow emotions to take over. People fear what they don't understand, and someone who remains unmoved when others are panicking can seem intimidating. It's not arrogance, it's self-mastery. And in a world where chaos is inevitable, the ability to remain composed is not just an asset, it's a superpower. Number 8, you force people to confront themselves. Your very existence is a mirror, whether you realize it or not. The way you carry yourself, the way you refuse to conform, and the way you see through deception forces people to confront something they often avoid. A Sigma male is not just independent. He is self-sufficient, introspective, and unshaken by societal pressures. In a world where many follow the crowd, a man who chooses his own path becomes a disruptor. You don't seek approval, and you don't follow trends. That alone unsettles people because it forces them to ask themselves, why do I need validation? Why do I follow instead of lead? This is why your presence can be intimidating. You hold up a mirror without even trying. People aren't reacting to you. They're reacting to your ability to see through deception is another unsettling trait. Many people build their lives on comfortable illusions about their careers, relationships, or even their own self-worth. When you effortlessly detect lies, manipulation, or superficiality, it challenges them. It forces them to acknowledge truths they'd rather ignore. Most aren't ready for that level of self-awareness. It's easier to reject you than to face their own fears. That's why some people may label you as cold, arrogant, or difficult. It's not about you. It's about them protecting their own fragile self-image. But here's the truth, Sigma. This is your power. The discomfort you create isn't a weakness. It's evidence that you operate on a higher level of consciousness. It's the reason you stand out without trying. So don't dim your light to make others comfortable. Keep being the mirror. The right people will see you not as a threat, but as an inspiration. Sigmas, what you unknowingly do is not just powerful. You don't set out to instill fear, but your mere presence disrupts the illusions people cling to. And that is what makes you a force to be reckoned with. If you found this video insightful, don't just watch, join the movement. Hit that like button, subscribe, and apply these Sigma qualities to your life for true impactful living. Having said this,